I'll look through it, you guys can introduce yourself. Okay, so my name is Marvin.
I'm Jake.
We know that you have done a lot of work on your project. You might have some nerves, you can try to get rid of them, you've done a lot of work. We just want to hear about what you did and how you helped your team, how people helped you, how did you raise money. You already have what awards you're going for, so that's great. Yeah, just talk to us, tell us what you've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi. We are the Green Mountain Gears, team 9721. So one of the biggest things that we accomplished this year was starting a new FTC team comprised of all girls. Because we felt like we've been coming to competitions here, not here because they haven't been here for 5 years, and there's not a big presence of girls, so we started a new FTC team composed of all girls. And we wish that, there aren't a lot of Vermont teams at these competitions, so it would be we're just trying to make sure that Vermont's getting represented. And we also mentored a all-girls FLL team, and we would like to be considered for the Connect Award for those reasons. And we would also believe that we'd be good candidates for the Inspire Award.
Okay, so several of us took AP Physics this year. We analyzed several subsystems of the robot, including the analysis of the speed of the robot, the forces in dragging the foundation, the tension in lifting the stones, and the chassis design. And we wanted to build on our past successes, and we feel that these analyses make us strong candidates for the King Award.
This year we planned our autonomous around cooperating with other teams, and we believe that we'll be paired with some teams that might be brand new, very experienced, or even world contenders. Toward that end, we made autonomous programs for both Red and Blue for the Foundation and Skystone. Our robot can park either on the inside or on the outside, depending on our partners, and we would like to be considered for the Autonomous Award. Our gripper is very important during Skystone collection. It uses an original brace that we designed but did not end up using last year.
That's this part right here.
We used the part to mount the hex motor in a vertical position, which reduces the center of gravity and torque on the connection points. We have applied for a patent for this part, and the simplicity and utility of the part make it a candidate for the design award.
Another innovation for us was to create a custom brace for the webcam, which you can see right here. This keeps it at a fixed angle of 86.4 degrees, and this was important because it's our optimal angle to detect the sky stones. We've actually applied for a patent for this as well, but we're not sure how useful it is outside of this. Yeah.
And then one of the biggest things that we did differently this year is that instead of just trying to figure out the path the robot would take in autonomous, we drove it in teleop and recorded the encoder values of the motor and wrote it to a data file, and then we used those values in the data file to help us write the autonomous program. So it would basically just be copying exactly how we drove it to do exactly basically what we wanted it to do.
In teleop, we can collect and stack as many as 5 stones or 4 stones with room for our cap. We had several innovations in our design, and we're excited to finally have a drawer slider for our lifter. We had noticed that many out-of-state teams used a drawer slide, and we struggled to figure out how to make everything work. We searched the internet for tutorials. We couldn't find any that showed how to get it to work. We solved this problem by drilling several holes into the drawer slider so that we could mount it to Tetrix, and then adding pulleys. And we did a series of experiments to learn how to connect multiple slides together, and this enabled us to achieve our goal of placing 4 to 5 stones.
We also created a custom cap for Endgame. This cap is made from foam board and took inspiration from wood joints. We chose foam board because it's light and easy to lift, and we can place the cap on a stack of stones that is 4 high.
And additionally, at Endgame, in Endgame, we can move the foundation back into the building site. And we actually, when we were doing the physics on that, we were able to find that it was able to to pull the foundation with up to 36 stones on it, so more than we'd, I mean, I wish we could put 36 stones on it, but realistically that's probably not gonna happen. And we also have room to park in the building site and let our alliance partner park. Finally, we hope that our sense of collaboration and teamwork made an impression, and we would like to be considered the Motivate Award.
So, inspire, motivate, connect, design, control, and the autonomous.
And the Think Award.
And the Think Award.
And then, if it'd be okay with you guys, we just have a couple videos of our robot.
Yes. Go ahead and cue up your video. For your autonomous period, are you using sensors or only the camera?
We use, so,
There's a distance sensor here in the front that we use for telling how far we are from the block.
and in the back. So, we use, if you consider the encoders sensors, which I mean, I think they are, then we have the encoders on the motors, the camera, and then the distance sensors.
Okay.
To help us with autonomous.
And what made you guys go with this field design?
So in the past, we've tried some different shapes, but for this year, there's going to be a pretty big apparatus here in the middle. We went with kind of like a U design, and we've tried using just Tetrix or just Rev in the past, but really blending them with using the Tetrix as a spine, we think really makes a sturdy chassis. And then the mechanism wheels just make driving without having to turn like super straightforward, and we really like that.
And also, mechanism wheels versus Omni wheels. With Omni wheels, you lose about half of your power that you do with Omni wheels because of the 45-degree angle that you set them at.
Practice.
How did you guys raise money for your robot?
We're part of a nonprofit called TIPS, Team of Innovative Problem Solvers, and we've received grants through that. And then here,
See it okay?
Yeah.
one more, that's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So this is actually us doing teleop with the girls team. This is their robot. And it was the first year we had ever worked with another robot before the competition. And we know that our first year, we were really, when we got to the competition, it was pretty crazy. So I think having that for them, an opportunity to try something out ahead of time was nice.
So you were talking about how with your AP Physics class that you analyzed the robot a little bit different. Did you find that just helped you understand the robot more, or did that actually influence any of the design to change?
Well, what we should have done was do all the physics work before we even designed it, but we did it as we were designing it, and I did the gripper analysis, and we found that obviously it could hold the stone, but we didn't know why, and then I found out that the force that the gripper was acting on the stone was greater than the weight of the stone itself, which leads as to why it can hold the stone. Next year it would be great to do all the physics analysis before we even start working on the robot.
And a big one there, I think, was we went through a tons of different
Yeah.
kinds of rope for the pulley. And like once we had, finally this was working, and then we did the analysis to find the tension force on it. And if we'd been able to find that before we were picking our rope and being able to find a rope that was strong enough the first time, I think that would have been the way to go.
Is there constant pressure on the rope for your motor, so you're always sending some power to it?
Yeah, because, yeah, we don't, if it falls, it's not great.
Okay. I think that's it.
And then would it be helpful if I just 3-hole punched this and put it in the front of the notebook? Sure.
If you want to, I can keep it all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where does your cell phone go?
So our battery and our cell phone go right in there.
Okay. Is it in a container or does it just sit flat on its side?
It
basically,
sits,
right down my
yeah,
phone?
it sits.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright. I think that's it. Great job, guys. Good luck on
Thank
the
you.
field.
Thank you.
You can tell your parents are crushed it.
Thank you very much.
And you can leave the door open for the next team. We'll keep your engineering notebook and we'll provide it back to you later today.
Okay.
You guys can,